Welcome to Weird Ways. If you're here for the first time, I invite you to join me on this journey of discovery. Now, you could be religious, or you could be an atheist, or you could be someone who's caught in between. It really doesn't matter, because here's the truth. You're all barking up the wrong tree. Now, why am I saying that? Because life, the universe, and your very existence can't be boxed into a label, a dogma, or even a denial. There's a bigger reality waiting just beyond the stories you're being told. Now, religion tells you to believe. It gives you rules, it gives you rituals and promises of salvation. But at what cost? At the cost of your freedom to truly explore. It puts blinkers on your eyes so that you don't see the reality around you. Atheism, on the other hand, yes, it throws off the chains of disbelief. It sets you free. But it also throws off the mystery too, dismissing the possibility of anything beyond that can be measured or seen. Now, let me tell you, both are missing the bigger picture. Because the path is not about belief, nor is it about disbelief. It's about discovery. If you step beyond arguments and open yourself to experience your own direct connection to the cosmos, to consciousness, to what is real beyond birth and death, you'll see things in different light. That's the journey I invite you to take with me. Because existence isn't that simple. Life, death, consciousness, these aren't things you can reduce to a holy book. It's not there in your scriptures. It cannot be tested in a lab. These are mysteries you can experience directly if you step beyond labels, beyond dogma, beyond denial. That's what this channel is all about. Opening doors to wonder, to questioning, to exploration. Here, you matter. Your experience matters. You don't have to sign up for a belief system, and you don't have to reject anything either. You only need the courage to look deeper within you. So today I invite you to step outside the old debate of religion versus atheism, belief versus disbelief, and join me in exploring a new reality. One that connects you, me, and the entire cosmos in both profound and liberating ways. This is not about faith, it's not about doubt. Like I said, it's about discovery. For generations, we were taught that truth comes nearly wrapped in stories and systems, handed down, unquestioned, familiar. Maybe the stories served a purpose at that point in time, but the same stories now obscure the wild living contact with something far larger. Belief has become an excess baggage, rusting the hinge between you and the mystery that still awaits. Put religion behind you. We don't need this anymore. Drop it. It becomes a roadblock to your journey of discovery. When you surrender to it, you close your mind to reality. You allow it to lead you up a dangerous path that takes you nowhere. I'm asking you to embrace wonder, your own ability to come to terms with who you really are. Don't let religion stand in your way. It set down the expectations that tell you how to pray, who to love, what to fear, what to believe, whom to hate. Stop lugging this dead weight around, this albatross around your neck. Because when you remove this weight, something surprising happens. You begin to find yourself. You begin to sense a force that is not outside of you, nor above you, but threaded through your bones, coursing through your veins. An intelligence, an impulse, a presence that invites co-creation. This is not about denial. It's about reclaiming. Reclaim your capacity to be astonished, Reclaim the courage to ask questions and keep asking them. Reclaim ritual when it serves and discard it when it cages. In this new path, you can call it mystical, spiritual, cosmic, it really doesn't matter. You will discover practices that honor your body, your curiosity, your grief, and your joy. You'll find ways to connect to what I call the latent higher force, a power that emerges when we learn to listen, to love without the need for proof, and to act as if we belong to something that both humbles and elevates us. So step closer, come on over, not to surrender belief if you're so inclined, but to transform it. Not to raise tradition, but to choose what nourishes us. If you accept this invitation, you'll enter a world of wonder where your story matters, where the cosmos isn't a distant stage, but a living partner, where you are finally awake. You know, I grew up in a house where religion wasn't such a big deal. Nobody tried to shove it down my throat or use it as a stick to beat me with. My dad, bless his soul, was actually pretty cool about it. I mean, he was a practitioner of the craft, although he didn't know anything about it. His philosophy was simple. Do your own thing, but don't harm anyone or anything. And honestly, that suited me fine because I was caught up in my own world of books, doing my own thing. Now, God did sneak into our lives occasionally, usually in the form of a couple of my aunts. They'll sweep into the house dressed in black, prayer beads in hand, and spite in their hearts. To them, religion wasn't about love or peace, it was about control. And here's the thing, I had a neighbor, my friend Nasa, who lived next door. His parents were hardcore, died, and the old take no prisoners, religious freaks. God in the house was like a mafia don. Cross him and you're done for. They lived in constant fear of hellfire. To them, I was the spawn of the devil, and my folks were destined to burn in hell while they would be in heaven drinking wine and fornicating with the virgins. That's how they saw things. Meanwhile, my dad's best friend, a Brahmin who secretly loved mutton curry, saw God very differently. For him, God was like a fussy but manageable boss. Keep him happy with the right pujas and mantras, and you're set for life. Watching all this, I started noticing a pattern. There were as many versions of God as there were people. So naturally, I tried to find God myself. I read, I meditated, I traveled, I experimented. At different times in the privacy of my mind, I was a Zen priest, a Sufi mystic, even a Trappist monk. But it all felt half-hearted, like fishing in an empty ocean. There's this funny story about Mullah Nasruddin that sums it up perfectly. One day he was searching under a street lamp in the night, and someone passing by asked him, "What are you looking for, Mullah?" "My key," he said, "my key to the house." "Now, where did you lose it?" asked the man. "In my house, in the front of my house," he said. "Then why are you looking here?" asked the man. The Mullah replied, "Because there's more light here." Most of us are like that. I was like that, looking for God where it felt safe instead of where it was dark and uncomfortable. And then one day, completely by accident, I picked up a dusty old book in a second-hand shop. The book was Cosmos by Carl Sagan. Now, this isn't the book I picked up. I lent it to a friend and it didn't come back. It went circulating, and that's fine. That's how books ought to be. I bought this later. And let me tell you, this was my moment of awakening. Here was a man blending hard science with poetry, showing us that we're literally made of star stuff. The atoms in our body forged in ancient stars. Think about that for a second. Every cell in you, every breath in you, a gift from the cosmos itself. Now, reading Cosmos was like being handed a telescope for the soul. It made me realize that God or the divine or whatever name you want to give it wasn't hiding in rituals or locked up in the scriptures. It was right there in the stars, in the galaxies, in the very atom of our being. Later I watched this TV series and it blew my mind all over again because Carl Sagan had this way of making you feel both tiny and infinite at the same time. Tiny because we're just specks in this vast universe. Infinite because we are the universe, looking back in itself with wonder. Cosmos is a book that blended hard science with poetic wonder, urging readers to see themselves as star stuff, matter recycled from ancient stars, and to cherish our unique, tiny world in the vast cosmic ocean. That dog-eared copy of Carl Sagan's Cosmos, to me, was the Holy Grail. I drank deep from the fount of wisdom. It showed me my place in the universe. Now, Carl Sagan was an astronomer, cosmologist, and science communicator. He argued that the word God meant different things to different people. Sometimes a personal deity, other times simply the laws of nature or the universe itself. His position was that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, a phrase he popularized. He was comfortable living with uncertainty rather than choosing a belief without sufficient proof. Now, Carl Sagan opened the door for me. His books laid the groundwork for me to get off the beaten track and strike out boldly into newer territories. Carl Sagan in his other books clarified that by God we meant the sum total of the laws of nature. Then yes, he believed in that sense of acknowledging that reality. He found awe, wonder and reverence in the cosmos itself, which for him fulfilled most of the emotional needs religion addresses without requiring belief in the supernatural. It revealed his deeper philosophy that uncertainty is not something to be feared and that reverence for the universe need not depend on traditional belief. So here's the bottom line. Religion wants to hand you answers. Atheism wants to strip them away. But Cosmos by Carl Sagan invites you to ask the right questions. It's not just a book about stars, galaxies, and science. It's a journey into wonder, into perspective, into your true place in the universe. So if you have ever felt trapped by dogma or left empty by denial, this book can crack open the sky for you. Carl Sagan shows us that the cosmos itself is more awe-inspiring, more sacred, and more meaningful than any religion could ever confine. So I urge you to read Cosmos. Let it impact your life. Let it shift your gaze from belief to discovery, from religion to reality, from blind faith to a higher truth. The universe is waiting. It's waiting for you to wake up. If you're ready to open your eyes to the cosmos, there's no better place to begin than Carl Sagan's timeless classic. This is more than a science book. It's an invitation to see the universe as sacred, vast, alive with meaning. If all this resonates with you, hit subscribe and join me on this journey of discovery, because this is just the beginning. It's where we begin our journey, and I want you to walk with me as we explore the ways of life that sets us free and discover how we can reclaim the sacred in our lives. Thank you for watching.